Yo, Aquaman here. Just wanted to share with you guys a step-by-step on how I made this recent beat for an artist based out of Missouri who goes by Gm Dez. Check him out in the link below. It's got more of a classic hip-hop vibe, which is something that I'm really familiar with. I'm really well grounded in. That's where I pretty much got my start with making beats. I started off with a pretty simple synth progression, and they were kind of like electronic string sounds. It's kind of got like an 80s feel to it. And I started off in the beginning by actually pitching those and allowing them to bend up to sound like they were being released off of a vinyl record. That really gave a cool introduction. And then I added this bass into the intro, which also kind of had an 80s vibe to it. And it follows the synth for the most part and adds a few little accent notes here and there. After that, I added this lead in, which is like a classic AwkwaMan vibe, which is one of my favorite instruments that I like to use, which is based off the Alchemy synth out of Logic. And then the beat itself is actually pretty simple, which oftentimes is some of the best when you just kind of keep it to basic elements. So I started off with the hi-hat, which was pretty basic. Instead of just letting it hit 1, 2, 3, 4, I kind of pulled down on the velocities of every second and fourth hit. So the first and the third would be accented, and it would kind of give like a shuffle feel, like an actual drummer was playing on the hi-hat. And then I doubled that up, copied it over into a shake to give it an even fuller sound. And it kind of carries off in the background. And I added this kick. Almost has like a hyphy beat feel to it. I grew up pretty close to the Bay Area of California, so the hyphy rhythm is definitely incorporated into it. And then we got a snare drum, which is like, it's actually pretty close to being like a trap snare, but I'm using it in kind of an unconventional way. And I'm not letting it hit too hard. It's actually pretty low in volume, but it's just enough, and it's a full enough sample that it kind of blends in with the other drums pretty well. And then what I did was I copied that same kick pattern and I just pasted it on over into the 808. That's a pretty common trend nowadays amongst productions, and it works really well. Kicks and 808s or kicks and subs just kind of following one another blend really well. They fill in the beat, and all you got to do from that point is take the kick information and just move it around into maybe a little bit of variation of melody so that your bass line really comes to life while also following the kick. I'll solo it out so you can hear it. And aside from that, that's pretty much the beat in a nutshell. And then I just created a few little variations and added a little bit of a lead synth here or there just to kind of bring it to life a little bit more as it goes. But here's the full beat. Add a little key in there. Just 2 notes. Sometimes that's all you need is 1 or 2 notes. Little dropout. A little air effect in the background to give some texture. But basically that's it. If you head on over to Gm Dez's page, you get a little tidbit of what he wrote to it. He made a recent post on that. But drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you're interested in any beats, you can always hit me up in the DM or check my beats out at AwkwaManBeats.com. Peace.